The idea of beauty has been shaped by shifting intellectual, cultural, and emotional frameworks, and few writers capture these tensions as clearly as Edmund Burke and Battista Alberti. Writing 3 centuries apart, both sought to define beauty as something more than mere taste. For Alberti, it was a rational harmony of proportion and order. For Burke, it was an effective quality that produced gentle pleasure in the observer. While Alberti rooted beauty in objective form and mathematical law, Burke grounded it in human feeling and the senses. Their writings together reveal beauty as a concept that straddles both reason and emotion. On painting, Alberti, a Renaissance humanist steeped in classical ideals, defines beauty as the harmonious arrangement of parts in accordance with proportion and number. Beauty, he writes, is a harmony of all the parts fitted together with such proportion and connection that nothing could be added or taken away without impairing the whole. This notion, concinitas, the perfect fitting together of parts, reflects the classical belief that beauty mirrors the rational order of the cosmos. The artist's task, then, is not merely to reproduce nature, but to distill its underlying geometry and proportion. Alberti insists that in the members of the human body there is a certain harmony and measure which nature herself observes, and that the painter should imitate this natural harmony to achieve beauty. Thus, beauty for Alberti is both empirical and ideal, found in the visible world, but perfected through intellectual order. Edmund Burke, writing in the mid 18th century, departs sharply from this rationalist tradition. In a philosophical inquiry into the origins of our ideas of the sublime and beautiful, Burke locates beauty not in proportion or measurement, but in the emotional effects certain qualities have on the mind. Beauty, he argues, is that quality or those qualities embodies by which they cause love or some passion similar to it. This marks a fundamental shift. Beauty is defined not by the object's structure, but by the subjective experience it produces. For Burke, the traits that evoke beauty are smallness, smoothness, delicacy, and gradual variation. Features that inspire tenderness rather than awe. The beautiful, he explains, is founded on positive pleasure, the sublime is founded on pain. Where Alberti saw beauty as a reflection of cosmic harmony, Burke interprets it as a physiological state arising from softness and gentle emotion. Burke's distinction between the beautiful and the sublime also redefines the moral and aesthetic value of beauty. The sublime overwhelms and terrifies. Beauty soothes and attracts. We submit to what we admire, Burke writes, but we love what we call beautiful. His emphasis on affection and vulnerability, particularly in his famous discussion of the beautiful in women, reveals that beauty is associated with dependence and fragility. Beauty, in Burke's view, is relational. It arises in the tender connection between perceiver and object, an affective response more than a universal form. Alberti, in contrast, emphasizes intellectual mastery over emotional response. To him, beauty expresses the divine order of the world and the artist, by understanding geometry and proportion, participates in that order. When he writes that painting contains a divine force which not only makes absent men present, but also represents the dead to the living many centuries later. He suggests that beauty has moral and spiritual significance. It embodies permanence, truth, and the ideal of measure, virtues aligned with reason and virtue rather than feelings. Yet, despite these differences, both thinkers share the conviction that beauty is not arbitrary. For Alberti, its laws can be discovered through study and practice. For Burke, its effects can be traced through common human experience. Each grounds beauty in a form of universality, one rational, the other psychological. Alberti's beauty is objective, expressed through proportion and harmony. Burke's is subjective, expressed through shared sensation and emotional pleasure. In synthesizing these views, one might say that Alberti's beauty belongs to the eye, while Burke's belong to the heart. Alberti's geometrical precision assures that beauty reflects the rational order of the world. Burke's emotional sensitivity assures that beauty remains deeply human. Together, their writings illuminate the enduring duality of beauty. It is both the perfection of form and the pleasure of perception, both an intellectual ideal and an affective experience.